students, today we'll start with our mathematics for standard 8. This is how your textbook looks like. This is the front cover of your textbook. Hope you all have the textbook along with you all. Starting with the chapter number 1, that is your rational and irrational numbers. We have already learnt in our previous standards what are natural number, whole number, integers, rational numbers. Natural numbers are numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. Natural number does not contain 0, while whole numbers are numbers from 0 up to infinity. Whole numbers start from 0, while integers are all the negative and the positive number. That is your number line which you have studied in 7th standard. Integers consist of minus, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 0, as well as all the positive numbers in our number line. While rational numbers are numbers in the form of P upon Q, that is P upon Q, something upon something, where Q should not be 0. That means Q is never equal to 0. This is the criteria for all the rational numbers. So rational numbers are nothing but all the decimal numbers in your numbers. Moving ahead to practice set 1.1. The first question for practice set 1.1, as you all can see in your textbooks as well, is show the following numbers on a number line. Draw a separate number line for each example. Moving ahead to the solution. I have drawn using a scale at a distance of half of centimeter. That means I have used this scale and I have plotted all the points at a distance of 0.5 centimeters, as you all can see. I have marked a center, that is 0, and on my right hand side, as we all know that number lines, on a number line all the numbers on the right hand side contains positive numbers, while all the numbers on the negatives on the left hand side of 0 contains all the negative terms. I am given some numbers to plot that are 3 upon 2, 5 upon 2 and minus 3 upon 2. That means I need positive numbers up to 5 upon 2 and negative numbers up to minus 3 upon 2. Moving ahead to the solution, I have marked each point as 0, 1 upon 2, 2 upon 2. This is nothing but my 1. That means 0 I have written over here. The 1, 2, and I have written all the numbers on the fraction part, that is all the rational numbers, that is P upon Q form on the right hand side, that is 1 upon 2, 2 upon 2, 3 upon 2, 4 upon 2, 5 upon 2 and so on. I can write as many numbers, but at the maximum I am supposed to write up to 5 upon 2, so I have drawn up to here only. You all can proceed ahead, but there is no point of doing it. Again 2 upon 2 is nothing but 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2. This can also be written as 1. While 4 upon 2 can also be written as 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. That means this point is nothing but your 2. Moving ahead, you can see 6 upon 2. That means this number is your 3 and so on. I don't require all the numbers ahead of this term, so I am stopping over here. Moving to the left hand side of the part. Again, the numbers or the difference should be equal. I have written over here is positive 1 upon 2. On the left hand side I am writing minus 1 upon 2. The second term will be minus 2 upon 2. The third term will be minus 3 upon 2. The fourth will be minus 4 upon 2 and so on. The maximum on the left hand side I require is minus 3 upon 2. So I am stopping at the number of minus 4 upon 2. Again, as we did on the right hand side, the similar terms we will do on the left hand side as well. Here it is 2 ones are 2, 2 ones are 2. That means this will get cancelled out and the number or the answer that I am getting is minus 1. So this is 0, minus half, minus 1, minus 3 upon 2, minus 2. Again the process is 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. So I am asked the point 3 upon 2. This is my point. So I will highlight this point. This is my point 3 upon 2. The second one is 5 upon 2, highlighting this as well. And the third one I am asked is minus 3 upon 2, highlighting this side. This is the solution of the first question that has been asked in your textbook. Moving ahead to the second sum. The second is also the same. We are given the question as 7 upon 5, minus 2 upon 5 and minus 4 upon 5. Again, using the similar method, I have drawn all the points at a distance of 0.5 centimeter for the number line. Again, I have to plot the numbers up to 7/5, and on the left hand side it is -4/5. So using the similar method that I have used for the first sum, again 0, again upon it is 5. So the distance between 0 and the first point, here it is 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 6/5, 7/5. The maximum asked on the positive side is 7/5. So plotting up to that point. Again 5/5 will get cancelled and we'll get here is 1. 0 to 1. There are 5 points. Therefore on the denominator we have upon is 5, because from 0 to 1 you all can see 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There are 5 points between 0 to 1. That is what I have broken down and written over here. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5 and 5/5. I was asked up to 7/5. So moving ahead to 6/5 and 7/5. This is my point. So I am highlighting this point. Again both the numbers are negative. So moving on the left part of 0. That is left part of the number line. Again the distance on the right hand side is 1/5. Moving to the left hand side it will become negative, but the distance will remain the same. Only the sign for the numbers will change. So -1/5, -2/5, -3/5, -4/5, -5/5. This is nothing but again 1, -1. 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5. This is negative sign, so -1. So it is nothing but -1, 0 and 1. On the left hand side I am asked -2/5. This is my point, -2/5, highlighting this point. The third term is asked, that is -4/5. This is the point over here. So the terms are 7/5, -2/5 and -4/5. Hope this is quite clear. This is your line L. Moving to the third sum. On the third term we are given two numbers to draw on the number line. The number is -5/8 and 11/8. Again the process is the same. I have drawn again using ½ centimeter distance, plotting points on the negative side, that is on the left hand side up to -5 and on the right hand side up to 11/8. That means there are 8 parts between 0 to 1. Again 0 on the right hand side all the positive terms, on the left hand side all the negative terms. I am drawing on the distance of ½ centimeter, that is 0.5 centimeter. On a scale you all can see this is 0.5 centimeter. The line between 4 and 5, this line is 0.5. Each line is 0.1. You all can, hope you all know how to read the scale. The distance between 0 to 1, there are 10 small lines. That means each line indicate the value of 0.1 centimeter. Moving to the solution of this sum. On the positive side or on the right hand side of the number line, the points will be 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8. This is nothing but your 1. This is your 1. Moving ahead, 9/8, 10/8, 11/8, 12/8, 13/8 and so on. I don't require anything beyond 11/8. Still I have taken up to 13/8. So this is my point which is supposed to be plotted. On the left hand side it is -1/8, -2/8, -3/8, -4/8, -5/8, -6/8 and so on. I am asked up to -5/8. So here is my point. So the points are -5/8 and on the right hand side it is 11/8. It is very easy to clearly see that all the negative terms will be on the left hand side of 0 and all the negative positive terms will be on the right hand side of 0. This is nothing but your number line. So the fourth sum I am giving you to do it on your own. I have done 3 sums, 1, 2 and 3. The solution of these 3 sums are already given over here. I will be sending you all the PDF for the same. You all can copy it down as we have done this earlier also this way. So fourth sum is for self study. Moving ahead to question number 2, that is main question number 2. Earlier we did was question number 1, sub question part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4 I have given for doing it on your own. Moving to question number 2, observe the number line and answer the questions. We are given a number line. Earlier we were given the numbers and we were supposed to draw the number line. Now we are given the number line and we are supposed to answer the question 1, question 2 and question 3. We will read the number line now. The question is, first one, which number is indicated by point B? Point B, as you all can see, is here. So the distance between -2 and -3, there are total 4 points. That is, I am zooming this. You all can see it properly now. So the distance is 1, 2, 3 and 4. That means there are 4 equal points. So on the numerator we will have 4. Moving to the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 10th point where the B point is located. So the answer will be minus, as this is on the left hand side of the 0. So left hand side of the number line. So it will be minus 10 upon 4. The solution is point B indicates minus 10 upon 4. In the notebook you all are supposed to copy the question first. First of all, draw the number line that is given in your textbook, this number line. Then you will copy this line, which number is indicated by point B, and then you will write the answer. ANS answer is point B indicates number minus 10 upon 4. Moving to the second half of the sum. That is, which point indicates the number 1, 3 upon 4. The number given to us is 1, 3 upon 4. As we have solved this in our earlier standard, 4 ones are 4 plus 3. Here we multiply, here we add. 4 ones are 4 plus 3. This is nothing but 7 upon 4. So we are supposed to find out which point indicates the value of 7 upon 4. Moving to the number line. Again the number is 7 upon 4. That means we will have to move on the positive side of the number line. That is this side. This is 0. On the right hand side this will be all the positive terms. And we are supposed to indicate the value of 7 upon 4. Again same method. Again the distance between 0 to 1 will be 4. That is on the numerator we will have 4. Sorry, on the denominator we will have 4. Moving to the solution, that is 7. 1 upon 4, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 4, 4 upon 4, 5 upon 4, 6 upon 4 and 7 upon 4. This is the point which is asked to us. That means point C indicates the number 1, 3 upon 4. The number 1, 3 upon 4 is indicated by point C. Again the same way, you are not supposed to draw the number line again as you have earlier drawn on the top. Copy the question number 2, that is which number indicate 1 into 3 upon 4, and then write the solution for the same. Moving to the third, the question is, state whether the statement the point D denotes number 5 upon 2 is true or false. Again 5 upon 2, that means we are supposed to, moving to the positive side, 1 upon 4, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 4, 4 upon 4, 5 upon 4, 6 upon 4, 7 upon 4, 8 upon 4, 9 upon 4, 10 upon 4. That means D denotes 10 upon 4. As you all can see over here, 10 upon 4 is nothing but 2 5s are 10, 2 2s are 4. This is nothing but 5 upon 2. So this is point D. So the question given to us is, state whether the statement the point D denotes number 5 upon 2 is true or false. So the statement is true. So answer will be, the statement point D denotes the number 5 upon 2 is true. Moving ahead to practice set 1.2. The question over here is, compare the following numbers. We are supposed to compare all the rational numbers given to us. Earlier we, in the smaller sections or in the smaller standards, we have already compared using positive numbers. Only we were given 11 and 13 and we were supposed to find out which number is greater, which is smaller. Again similar terms are, similar method is used, only the difference over here is for all the negative terms the value changes. That means in a number line 0, here it is all the negative terms and here it is all the positive terms. The value increases when we move towards positive and value keeps on decreasing as we move towards the negative. That means -1, -2, -3. So -1 is greater than all the numbers proceeding to -1. And as we move on the right hand side, that is 1, 2, 3, the value keeps on increasing. Here value keeps on decreasing and here value keeps on increases. This is the one thing that you need to remember while you are comparing all the rational or any negative terms. The smallest the negative number, it has the highest value, and highest the positive number, it has the highest value. The first question given to us is -7 and -2. As I have taught now, is the number nearest to 0 is the greatest. So comparison between -7 and -2 is -2 is greater. The one which is greater, we do it like this. The sign is this. The second term, that is 0 and -9 upon 5. Again positive, when we are comparing all the positive and negative terms, always the positive term is greater as compared to the negative term. So here again 0 is positive, 0 does not have any sign, nor negative nor positive. 0 is a neutral number. So this is considering this as positive and this is negative. So 0 is greater than -9 upon 5. Moving to third sum, that is 8 upon 7 and 0. Again 8 upon 7 and 0. In comparison, both of them are positive number. I have taught earlier also, as we move away from 0, the value keeps on increasing. This is number beyond 0. So the value of this is greater as compared to 0. So 8 upon 7 is greater number than 0. Moving to fourth sum. Fourth sum given to us is a rational number, that is in a fraction. So comparing this, -5 upon 4 and 1 upon 4. The base or the denominator is same in both the cases, so we can avoid as of now. Comparing -5 and 1. So number between -5 and 1 is, I have taught this, that negative and positive, when we are comparing negative and a positive term is always greater. So 1 upon 4 is greater as compared to -5 upon 4. Here we have done this sum directly because the denominator or the base of both the question was same. When we have different values, we will see ahead what is to be done. Again moving to the fifth sum, the question is 40 upon 29 and 141 upon 29. Again base is same, so we can only see the numerator or the upper half of the sum, that is P part. So 40 and 141, the number which is greater between 40 and 141 is 141. So directly we can solve this. That is 40 is smaller and 141 is greater. So 40 upon 29 is smaller and 141 upon 29 is greater. Moving to question number 6. Question is -17 upon 20 and -13 upon 20. Again base is same, so we can do this directly. -17 and -13. Smaller the value, smaller the number, highest is the value. So -13 will be greater as compared to -17, because -13 is near 0 and -17 is far from 0. So in comparison between -17 upon 20 and -13 upon 20, -13 upon 20 is the number which is having the highest value as compared to -17 upon 20. Moving to question number 7. The question is 15 upon 12 and 7 upon 16. Again here bases are not same, that is denominator is not same. So we are supposed to find the LCM, or I can say is we are supposed to find a common number or common base between the two. So on finding the LCM, or we can directly do is multiply this term by 16 and multiply the other term by 12. So we can equalize the bases or the denominator. So what I am doing is, this is 15 upon 12, multiplying this by 16. So what I get is 15 multiplied by 16 upon 12 multiplied by 16. The answer here I am getting is 240 upon 192. The second question is 7 upon 16. Again, for this I am supposed to multiply it by 12. So 7 multiplied by 12 upon 16 multiplied by 12. On multiplying 7 and 12, that is 12 7s is 84, and multiplying with 16 multiplied by 12, I get 192. Now I have the number as 240 upon 192 and 84 upon 192. Again, the denominator part is same for both the cases, so I can clearly see that 240 is greater than 84. That means this 240 belongs to 15 upon 12. So 15 upon 12 is greater than 7 upon 16. You cannot directly do that 16 is greater than 12 and you can mark like this. This is wrong. This is the way that when two different denominators are given to us, this is the method that we need to solve this, or we need to find the HCF first and then do the comparison. Moving ahead to question number 8. Again, question number 8 is same as that of question number 7. We are given two different values of denominator, that is 8 and 4. Here there is no point of multiplying 8 by 4, as we can find out that the HCF of 8 and 4 is 8, and if we multiply 4 by 2 then we get is 8. So multiplying this by 1 or leaving this as it is. So I am keeping this term as it is, that is minus 25 upon 8, and multiplying the second term by 2, that is minus 9 upon 4 is equal to minus 9 upon 4 multiply by 2 up on the numerator and on the denominator. Never do this only on the denominator to equalize. Whenever we are doing this, if we only multiply in the denominator part, the question will be changed or question will be altered. So we are not supposed to change the question. We cannot do that. So multiplying and dividing by 2. So minus 9 2s are 18, plus minus is minus. 4 2s are 8. Both the terms are positive. On comparing, that is the terms are minus 25 upon 8 and minus 18 upon 8. Again, base is same. So we can directly compare between minus 25 and minus 18. Again, the method is the same. The number nearest to 0 is the greatest, while the number farthest to 0 is the smallest. So number nearest to 0 from 25 and 18 is 18 comes before and 25 comes after. So 18 is greater number. That is, here I have written upon 8. This was not the question given to us. So this is just for your explanation. That is, minus 25 upon 8 is smaller than minus 9 upon 4. This is the solution. Moving ahead to question number 9. The question is 12 upon 15 comma 3 upon 5. Again, the terms are 15 and 5. We can multiply directly this by 3 and these terms will be equalized. So multiply and divide by 3. The question is 12 upon 15, keeping this as it is. Here I have not written. On the question number 8, I have written it separately. There is no point. This was just for the sake of explanation. Again, multiplying this by 3. So 3 3s is 9. 5 3s is 15. Now we can directly compare 12 upon 15 and 9 upon 15, as basis or the denominator part is same. So 12 upon 15 and 9 upon 15. 12 and 9. Directly we can say 12 is greater than 9. So this term is greater. That means again here, this is not the question given to us. So changing the terms into question, 12 upon 15 and 3 upon 5. So this is greater than 3 upon 5. Moving to the last sum of this practice set, that is question number 10. Minus 7 upon 11 and minus 3 upon 4. Again, the denominators are 11 and 4. So we need to find the HCF between 11 and 4. So HCF between 11 and 4 will be 44. 4 11s are 44 and 11 4s is 44. So multiplying this by 4 and multiplying this by 11. On multiplying this by 4, we get 7 4s is 28 and 11 4s is 44. On multiplying 3 by 11, we get 3 11s is 33, 4 11s is 44. Again, we have both the bases same, that is 44 and 44. On the numerator, we have minus 28 and minus 33. The number nearest to 0, again the same method applies to each and every sum. The number nearest to 0 is the greatest in the negative part. So the number 28 will be greater. 28 belongs to minus 7. So minus 7 is greater than minus 3 upon 4. we cannot write this and stop. That you all can see over here, I have not stopped over here. This is the multiplicative part. That means this is not a question, actual question given to us. So this we cannot end over here. We need to write the question and write the comparison. So here I am writing minus 7 upon 11 and minus 3 upon 4. The number which is greater in both the cases is minus 7 upon 11. I am stopping over here. What you all are supposed to do is copy all the questions and the answer in your mathematics notebook. I will be sending you all the PDF of all the things that I have explained in this video. Thank you.